everybody, and welcome to Vet Hub, where we talk about all things veteran resources. And that is a multitude of many things that I'm not going to go down the list on, but stick around, you might find something that's intriguing to you. I am your host, Lauren. I also go by Lulu, whichever one suits your fancy. Today we'll be talking about transitioning out of the military. Stick around for some tips and tricks that helped me. Just kidding. Did not help me because I didn't know at the time, so this is why I'm doing this video. And then stay tuned towards the end of the video because I will be going over some great discounts that are in your local area. So your contract's coming up and you're not planning on extending and you're debating on getting out or whatever the case may be. Number one, make sure you're putting down everything on that final evaluation with the doc. When I was getting out, there was this thing called TAPS, and that was the only mandatory thing that I had to go to, and it was like my transitioning out. In through one ear, out the other. I have no idea what they said. I was checked out. Before you get out, at least in the Coast Guard, I don't know what it's like in all the other branches, they made us do like a final evaluation with the doc. So what that entails is you pretty much go in, you tell the doc, hey, X, Y, and Z, this is where I've been hurting, this is an injury. Document everything. Even if you think it's nothing right now, down the road, it could be an issue, which is what's happening to me right now. I didn't claim a lot of things that I didn't think were an issue, but are now an issue. So make sure you are putting that down on that evaluation sheet. Even if your pinky hurts, put that thing down. So that is going to help you with your VA disability claim. And I'll tell you here in just a second. Number two, for some reason, the military doesn't trust us to carry our own medical records, but they entrust us with billion-dollar machinery. Just throwing that out there. You can request for your medical records to be delivered to any VA facility that you will be moving to. They never physically gave me my medical record when I left. It was transferred from whatever facility it was originally at to a different facility. Before you get out, you can request to see your medical record. I just asked that I was going to make copies of everything, and they did actually give me my medical record so I could make a copy. You kind of had to check it out per se. Like I said, this is Coast Guard standards. I don't know what it's like on the other branches, but if you can get a hand on your medical record, I highly, highly, highly suggest you make copies of every single page. Every single page. I'm not even kidding. Again, this is going to help you with that VA disability claim down the line. Now, you did the two things. You did your evaluation with doc, and you got a copy with your medical record. The next one we're going to be talking about is intent to file for the VA. This is going to be a huge thing for you. The intent to file, you're not necessarily saying or doing everything all on that day. You can pretty much fill out just the basics, like, yeah, my name is Joe Schmo, and I had an injury on my pinky. That is your intent. You can submit your evidence well later on, but because you put that intent, say today, down the line when you do eventually get all your evidence, you'll get back paid from the day that you put in your intent to file. Granted, if you put in your evidence 6 months from now and the claim is finally going to be processed, the intent to file is what's getting back paid. But the two things that I will tell you about your VA claim is that there are many people out there who will help file your claim. I went through Veterans of Foreign Wars, and I also went through Veterans Medical Assistant Group. So the difference between those two is the VSO helped me file the claim and helped me figure out which forms I needed to file, because there's a lot of forms apparently. And then the Veterans Medical Assistance Group, the VMAG, I actually had to pay cash, card. I had to pay to get a certain letter. It's called the Nexus letter, and we'll learn a little bit more about that in a future video. 3 things so far. We got the evaluation with doc, we got the copy of your medical records, and we have the intent to file. The number 4 thing that is super important, along with the other 3, make sure you get a copy or your original copy of your DD-214. This is going to help you finding a job, getting your military benefits, just anything and everything in general. These are the 4 things that I suggest you do before you're officially out, because while you're still in, it is easy to obtain these things. Easy. You have everything in hand and you're saying goodbye to all your buddies. So you get out and now what? You don't know what to do. Your sense of purpose, you already did that in the military. What is it now? Well, I don't know. You gotta find it. Find your purpose. It took me a hot minute to find mine, and I'm glad that I finally did. But start soul searching, I guess is the lack of better terms. Figure out who you really are. The military has shaped you into who they want you to be. Find who you want to be. There's no such thing as orders are orders in the civilian life. You are your own order. You tell yourself what you can or can't do. Find your purpose. Because I got out during such a weird time frame, and I know I'm not alone out there, people who got out in the middle of COVID, completely lost. My sense of self and everything was down the drain. My family was the one that really kept me going. Family was a huge help in this aspect, and they definitely worked overtime with me. Kudos to my family for believing in me, for coming out strong. Find somebody that is there for you. I know in the military that the person that's there for us is our buddy that was there 24/7, legitimately. Find somebody on the outside. So another thing that I wish I would have known a little sooner is finding a community. I had no friends when I came back home, mostly because everybody either moved or they just didn't understand what I was going through. Until I found a community. I actually found a handful of them. I will leave a list down below in the description. The two that come into mind right now is Homebase, and they have a lot more going on, and I'll save that for another video. Homebase is a great community. Then I found in my local area on Facebook, it's called Women Veteran Warriors. So if you are in the Southwest Florida area and you are a female, you can join this group. Finding my community definitely brought me back to my roots of who I was. These people, we were all in the service, regardless if we were on the same branch, it doesn't matter. We were all in the service, and I've met some beautiful people that have helped me come out of my funk and just let me be myself. I know in my home base group fitness class, I am one of the youngest, and the oldest is probably like 80 years old. So you see everybody through all walks of life in there. Everybody has a different story to tell, and everybody has different resources. So you never know what you can find. And I found a lot. So hopefully this is helping. Piggyback off of home base again, only because staying active after you're out of the service is so important. Working out was part of our job, and now that we're on the outside, we don't have to work out anymore, granted because we're not getting paid anymore. But find a routine that suits you. They weren't kidding when you get that fresh 15 post-military service. Yeah, that definitely happened. Find a routine that suits your lifestyle. If you like CrossFit, go to a CrossFit gym. If you like hockey, play hockey. Just stay active, because that is what we are so accustomed to. And for to just hit a brick wall and not do anything, we're gonna definitely feel those effects, and not just physically, but mentally as well. There is a variety of different veteran groups out there, so you just find whatever is either in your area or whatever suits your fancy. Some of the ones that I found were the VFW, Wounded Warrior Project, and then the Southwest Florida Veterans Alliance, and then the one that I'm currently in, which is the Women Veteran Warriors. Honestly, whatever suits your fancy. There's co-ed ones, there's male ones, there's only female ones, so whichever one that you feel more connected to, please join. They are looking for you. Trust me, they are out there and they want you to come in and join their group. You get to do cool events. We just did a cool dinner for all the ladies, and you get to meet other fellow veterans that are in your area. You never know, you might find your new best friend. As promised in the beginning of this video, I will be going over some discounts for the week of July. This first week, the 4th of July. If you are in an outlet, if you see a star with the American flag in the star, that store is military friendly. I'm not sure whether it's 10% or 15%. You just have to ask them. And all you have to do is show your veteran card. Speaking of veteran card, with your DD-214, you can go to the DMV and you can slap veteran on your ID. And that'll actually help you for any of these occasions. When somebody asks, oh, let me see your ID, you can use your actual driver's license ID. Because it says veteran on it, you can still get discounts. Little fun fact. So looking for that star, remember, they are military friendly and you can get a discount there. For the week, la semana, for the week of 4th of July. If you are in the Southwest Florida area, Sunsplash is giving out free tickets for veteran families. You can go to Sunsplash for free for the 4th of July. And if you log on to veteran.com for discounts, Bass Pro is giving out discounts for the 4th of July. Omaha Steaks, Express, you name it. They're there. Just some of the things that I found were cool. So hopefully those tips and tricks helped you out, because I wish somebody told me all those tips and tricks before I got out. That would save me a whole lot of heartache. Now you know them and use them however you like, or don't use them. I mean, I'm just here to give out the information, honestly. Hopefully you liked the video, and if you find it intriguing, and if you know a friend that's a veteran, transitioning out, spouse, dependent, send them the video. You never know, it could help somebody else down the line. Spread the word, spread the love, subscribe. There will be a video every Sunday, so stay tuned for my videos. And this is your friendly neighborhood vet hub. I'm your host, Lauren Lulu. Thank you for joining me. Have a good Sunday.